It's full of play. That's, I think, my favorite part about the program is that the kids just, it's a very natural environment for them. It's filled with toys and books and laughter and fun. And I think that the kids get to have a very natural experience with just learning in a very authentic way. There's half day and there's full day. Both programs follow the same curriculum. And you usually start our day with a story and maybe calendar, some kind of circle time, and then a lot of the day is purposeful play. It really does allow them the opportunity to socialize in a very natural way. It's something that they do so automatically, and I love that about 5-year-olds, that they walk in and the only thing that they need to be friends with somebody else is just to know what their favorite color is or what their favorite animal is. It's that socialization and that learning how to work with other people and learning how to be in a space with people that have likes and dislikes that are similar to you and ones that are different, and it's cool to see them very naturally just work with each other and have that experience of playing and socializing in a setting that's safe and that is set up to help them with those skills. All the centers are set out purposely to target a specific skill. So whether we're learning about letters or we're learning about counting or patterning or sorting, whatever the focus is of the day, we set out centers to help the kids learn about that specific area in a different way that's very authentic for them to play with. They get to move pieces around, they get to build, they get to create, they get to explore things in a different way using centers like, say, a sensory bin or, building blocks or different toys, different things that they're interested in. Most of the things that we do revolve around some form of story, so we usually kind of have a literacy tie to whatever the project is that day or whatever we're working on. So we would typically start with a story, we would read it, we'd talk about it, and there would be some form of project or activity to go with that story. And those projects and activities are created to target a specific skill. So whether that's letter recognition or letter formation, beginning reading skills, or if it's a numeracy activity, it might be to work on patterning or sorting or counting. And usually there's a specific project that goes with whatever we're learning about in the carpet time that day to help the kids kind of enhance on a specific skill. And we might play a game after the story. We might use some technology with the smartboard. They might get to interact with that a little bit. And then we would move into center time. So typically the classrooms are set up so that there's different spaces, there's different centers for the kids to go and play in. And some of them are set up for literacy activities, some of them are set up for numeracy activities, and the kids generally have a choice of where they would like to play, which is cool too, because they get to choose the things that are interesting to them and they get to choose the things that are fun for them, as well as being exposed to things that they might not have seen before because of the way that the classroom is set up. Every single thing that we do in a kindergarten day is something to do with literacy or numeracy. And I really like the play-based program because you can target both of those areas by focusing on things that the kids are interested in. And I like the play-based program because it allows that flexibility to include themes or topics that they are excited about. We can count Pokemon characters. We can make the names of characters from Paw Patrol. We can we can predict what's going to happen next in a Peppa Pig story. There's endless amounts of ways that you can integrate literacy and numeracy in a way that they are excited and engaged in. I think every school in our district participates in some form of field trip, so they would get to experience some things within the community. They would get to go out. Sometimes we have special guests coming in. Most schools have a music program and a phys ed program, and participating in school celebrations, assemblies, different things like that. They get to be a part of the school community as well as their classroom community, which is nice for them. They get excited about that at such a young age. We recognize that they're very little, and especially at the beginning of the year, it might be the first time that they've ever had to really sit and listen and focus for an extended period of time. So we try to work in movement breaks and body breaks into just what we're doing daily, whether that's circle time or, if we're reading a story, we might have them stand up and act out the parts, or we might have them moving around the classroom during that time when they are sitting and listening and they're focusing, but we recognize that they need to move around too. One of the best parts of the play-based program is just that they get to make mistakes. They get to take risks. We use that as something that is important for learning and something that we want them to make mistakes, and we want them to experience things in a natural, authentic way, that they know that it's safe to do things wrong and it's safe to try things out and have things not work sometimes. I think that that's something that's really important that comes from the Play Brace program for them.